Our Coffee, Cake, and Camo podcast would not be possible without the support of our awesome partners. Special thanks to Harris Teeter for being a force behind the forces. Hey everybody, I'm Erica.
And I'm Chelsea.
And welcome to another episode of Coffee, Cake, and Camo. Coffee, Cake, and Camo is a weekly podcast brought to you by the USO of Hampton Roads in Central Virginia. And each week we plan to explore a different military topic, from the haircut challenge you've seen on social media to PCSing and everything in between.
But as always, before we get started, we want to take a second to thank one of USO HRCV's amazing sponsors. Without their support, we could not bring you this podcast or work to fulfill the USO's mission. So today, we want to thank the amazing Harris Teeter. They've supported us for years, and we're so grateful to have them as a member of the USO family.
In case any of our listeners are new to the USO, the mission of the USO is to strengthen America's military service members by keeping them connected to family, home, and country throughout their service to the nation.
So, Erica, as you may have heard, the state of Virginia is now in phase 3 and just in time to responsibly celebrate the 4th of July weekend.
And I'm super excited because I know 4th of July is one of my favorite holidays. It's definitely not my favorite, but it's top 3 because no one can replace Christmas. But I always have special plans. But before I start, do you have any plans, Chelsea, for your holiday weekend?
Yeah, first of all, I pegged you as Halloween being your favorite holiday, but I love that it's Christmas because mine too.
Halloween's second. It's second.
Yeah, I figured. So my 4th of July is always kind of very special because it's actually my big brother's birthday, and I'm very jealous of him. I think that if you're going to have a birthday on a holiday, the 4th of July is the best one. But so my whole family, we're heading to Maryland, and we're going to have a big shindig. We're going to have fireworks, cookout, the whole shebang. But what about you? What do you got planned?
Well, I'm not going out of town. As you know, all my family is here in Virginia. So we'll basically do the same thing, like except for the fireworks. Although a lot of people around my neighborhood are getting really excited to do that. My family won't be doing that. We are going to be grilling, of course. It is going to be really hot this weekend. I don't know how it's going to look in Maryland, but in Virginia, it's going to be super humid and really hot. So we might have some water balloon action, some water guns. You know, we have a bunch of little ones in the family, so that might be something fun for them to do. And just enjoy family responsibly, of course.
That's awesome. Yeah, I mean, I love the water gun idea, and I don't know what you're talking about saying it's going to be hot. It's already hot.
Oh,
so
yeah.
It's probably just going to be hotter.
Uh-huh.
But for those of you who still need some celebration inspiration, we have on our show today Jerry Furr and Dana Robinson with Harris Teeter. Welcome, you guys.
Hello.
Welcome. So, Jerry and Dana, thank you so much for being here on the show. Can you both tell us what you each do with Harris Teeter?
My name's Jerry Furr. I'm a district manager with 15 different locations in the Charlotte market currently.
And my name's Dana Robinson, and I handle the corporate affairs function for Harris Teeter. So anything from media, public relations, government affairs, charitable giving, and crisis communication.
So basically, both of you are busy all the time. So we're going to try not to take up too much of your time, but thank you for being here. And just so that our listeners are aware, Harris Teeter is a huge, mega huge supporter of our service members. And in the past years, they've supported us monetarily and fruitfully through donated goods. So Jerry or Dana, can you share with our listeners a little bit more about Harris Teeter's community efforts?
Yeah, Harris Teeter's spirit of giving dates all the way back to our co-founders, Mr. Harris and Mr. Teeter. Yes, those were real people. They owned separate, smaller grocery stores. In 1960, they came together to form Harris Teeter, a neighborhood food market. Today, Harris Teeter operates more than 250 stores across 7 states and Washington, D.C., but we've intentionally maintained our local neighborhood feel. We understand that today more than ever, shopper decisions are driven by many things, and those things can change and change quickly. But the one constant driver that we hear time and again from our shoppers is they want to be a part of something good. They want to spend their money with companies that care and choose to give back. So Harris Teeter's heart for our communities is why our shoppers choose us. And because they choose us, that affords us the ability to partner with organizations like USO. We understand and accept our responsibility to give back to these communities that we serve because they're supporting us every day walking through our doors, and investing in our communities is an essential part of how we go to business. And that's truly my favorite part of the job at Harris Teeter.
And us at the USO, we truly appreciate Harris Teeter's generosity, not only of the associates, but the shoppers as well. And as Chelsea mentioned, Harris Teeter has been a long time supporter of the USO. So, can either of you tell us why the mission of the USO specifically is so important to Harris Teeter?
Absolutely. The USO strengthens the American military service members by keeping them connected to their family, home, and country throughout their service to the nation. To do this, the USO funds many critical programs for our service members and their families. And this work and these programs cannot happen without the support of corporate partners like Harris Teeter. It's important that Harris Teeter supports USO because our nation's military affords us the freedom we have to operate our business and serve our communities. The very reason we are able to open our doors to provide food, medicine, and essentials to our communities is because of our military families protect our freedom every day. And personally, I've experienced the USO in many facets, both as a parent and as a service member myself previously. It's a tremendous organization, and I know our associates are proud to support it.
Well, first of all, thank you for your service. Thank you for your child's service. I mean, it's amazing. So in 2012, Harris Teeter also launched an annual in-store donation campaign, which is called Support Our Troops. And that's what benefits USO chapters like Hampton Roads in Central Virginia. And once again, Harris Teeter has partnered with us for a Roundup campaign, and we're so grateful. We really can't thank you guys enough.
We're happy to do it. With 60 plus years experience under our belts, we've become really good at this fundraising business. And we're extremely proud of the business that we've built and the opportunities that our business allows us to afford our partners like USO. The point of sale campaign at Harris Teeter is one of our more coveted programs for many reasons. The locality, every cent donated stays local to the community where it was donated. The visibility, the ease of execution, and most importantly, the extreme generosity of Harris Teeter shoppers and valued associates. We currently host about 4 to 5 campaigns a year, and the USO is one of our longer standing point of sale campaigns. And like you mentioned, we've been doing this since 2012. And since that year, the Support Our Troops campaign has raised more than $7.6 million for military efforts. And Jerry's the expert who can speak to the importance of senior management buy-in and execution at store level.
We ask a lot of our shoppers from various campaigns, but traditionally the USO campaign, that fundraiser, it is very easy to get customers to buy in and want to donate. Everyone can have a connection to the military if they think far enough through their family and friends. And so it's easy to get our customers to do it, and it's easier to get our associates engaged. Our associates want to do raffles and grill hot dogs out on the sidewalk. They want to do special things because they have a personal connection to it more than they may some of the other charities that we support as well.
That's awesome.
Chelsea and Erica, I'll also say that Jerry's district consistently delivers top donations on all of our campaigns, but especially the Support Our Troops campaign. I think the success for this campaign specifically speaks to the importance of hosting campaigns that really have a connection to our associates' hearts. And Jerry's heart is really in this campaign.
We can definitely tell. And I mean, yeah, it's great. And to your point, you may not have a connection to the military, but the military still supports our entire country. So people can always find a way to do that. So, and again, congratulations on your district. I also want to share that as of the end of last week, the Harris Teeter campaign has raised over $500,000 already across their districts, and over $50,000 already for our local chapter here in Hampton Roads, which is absolutely incredible news, and we're so grateful. And I do just have to add one more quick thing. Jerry told me before we got started today that, Dana, you were just named one of the top women in grocery. So we also want to say super congratulations for receiving such an honor. We know you totally deserve it.
Thank you so much. I'm extremely honored to be recognized among the top women in grocery. It really is an honor.
Oh, well, you definitely deserve it. So just thank you guys so much for joining us today on Coffee, Cake, and Camo.
And we really appreciate you both for being here. I mean, I didn't know we were going to have a celebrity on the call.
I know.
So Dana, thank you. And Jerry, thank you so much. We really appreciate what you both do for the USO as individuals and also under Harris Teeter. But hopefully, if you guys aren't too busy, you can come back on the show and reveal the results of the campaign.
We'd love that.
Absolutely. I just received our latest campaign update, so I'm pretty sure we're going to have a grand total that's worth celebrating.
That's awesome. Well, thank you guys again so much. You take care. We'll talk to you soon.
Thanks so much for having us.
Thanks.
Bye.
Well, Chelsea, it's official. We've made it to summertime and it's super hot, but I hope you're ready for the heat that's coming.
You know me, I'm not ready. And honestly, Erica, I feel like we went like every year, we went straight from winter to summer. Spring was not a thing in 2020 at all.
Oh, I totally agree. I mean, by calendar definition, it's probably spring. I mean, it's probably summertime, but there are some good things about summer. Well, do you know some of my favorite things about summer, particularly?
Hit me with it.
Okay, so there's a lot of things, but picnics especially because you get to be outside, you get to have good food, which is what we both love, and you get to spend time with some of your favorite people.
Okay, good point. I do love a good picnic, but not when it's too hot outside because two things that do not do well in the hot sun for long periods of time are moi and all those summer salads that everybody brings.
Oh, I agree. I mean, I know you love your salads, Chelsea. Chelsea makes great salads, listeners. But the heat here in Virginia, it can really ruin a good summertime picnic vibe, especially the humidity. But we also have to face the fact that this isn't going to be a typical summer. That doesn't mean we still can't enjoy a good picnic. But for all of you that are looking to hold picnics this summer, maybe for the holiday weekend, Chelsea and I did find an article that details all the do's and don'ts of picnicking in the age of coronavirus.
That's right. Don't fear our picnic loving listeners. We got you covered as always.
So, just going down the list as we had mentioned, and it'll definitely be in the description. First up, we have is do picnic in your backyard or on the patio. So, if a few family members who don't live with you join you for the picnic, try to avoid having them come inside your house and also practice social distancing while you're outside.
And don't picnic in a crowded park. Also, I'd like to say that this goes for beaches as well. I know we're all sick of hearing it, but right now we really still need to remain vigilant. We don't want a second wave of this thing to really creep up on us.
I totally agree.
Yeah.
Up next, do wear a mask. So we're not saying while you're eating at your picnic, but when you head out to Harris Teeter to round up and grab your picnic essentials, remember to wear a face mask. It protects you and those around you while you're getting those delicious food items.
And don't expose yourself to unnecessary risks. So, wearing a mask, using hand sanitizer, social distancing in public, it helps protect everyone. So, also, instead of taking the whole family to the grocery store, just have one family member go. I mean, that's personally how I prefer to shop because I'm kind of like an in and out person,
Mhm.
but just get into the habit.
Oh yeah, for sure. That definitely just having one family member go will definitely help lower the risk of catching the disease. But also that'll help bring hand sanitizer or have access to a clean source of clean water or wash your hands. So this is especially important to do before eating or handling any raw meat that you plan to grill. But it's simple. Just plan ahead. So when you're out at Harris Teeter grabbing your hot dogs and rolls or your vegan burgers, as Chelsea would like to grab, uh, grab some hand sanitizer or extra bottles of water so you can clean your hands if you know there isn't going to be a sink nearby.
Yes, and thanks for plugging my vegan burgers. I'm such a weirdo.
You know
Also,
Harris Teeter carries them,
they
so.
sure do. They got a lot of good stuff. Also, don't handle food with dirty hands. That should go without saying, but I'm afraid it doesn't always. You don't want any of your fellow picnickers to get food poisoning from cross contamination or another illness because you forgot to wash your hands. It's horrible. My cousin just got food poisoning. Trust me, you do not want it. It is horrible.
Mhm. Oh yeah, it's horrible. I've had it once before, and I'm never gonna do that again. So
Nightmare.
that's why we all just have to be careful.
Yeah.
And Chelsea you alluded to this earlier, but do keep cold foods cold and cooked foods hot. So use an insulated cooler or ice packs to keep perishable foods at a safe temperature, and also bring a food thermometer to check out the internal temperature of meat or fish that you do cook. They're super cheap to buy, and I'm sure Harris Teeter has them as well. So make sure that you bring that just to stay safe.
Yeah. And also, don't eat food that's been sitting out too long. This happens all the time. You see it when you're out all the time, like at picnics. A rule of thumb that's provided by the U.S. Food and Drug Administration: don't eat food that's been sitting out for longer than 2 hours or after 1 hour if the outdoor temperature is above 90 degrees, which it is every day in Virginia in the summer. So, we all tend to get caught up at picnics and forget, or some people leave food out for others to munch on as the day goes on. But, if it's not a food item that needs to be kept hot or cold, please set a timer so that you remember to wrap it up and put it away. Remember, we don't want anybody getting food poisoning.
That's a good one, Chelsea,
Yeah.
especially if we're going to be like having picnics outside this holiday weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Lastly, I'm kind of talking to myself here with this one, but do wear sunscreen. Yes, even people like me that don't burn as easily, I still got to wear sunscreen because if you don't have it already, just grab some sunscreen while you're out picking up groceries at Harris Teeter. They also carry that as well. It's important to protect yourself from the sun too.
Yeah, don't be like me. I never wear sunscreen and I'm going to be, I'm going to be 50 years old and look like a leather handbag. So do not be like me. Ignore me. Do what Erica said.
Yeah, even if it's cloudy outside too, guys, like please wear sunscreen.
Yes.
Although I do have one more thing that's not on our list that I would like to add.
Let's hear it.
Well, do check out Harris Teeter's website for inspiration on what to make and take with you at your upcoming picnics. And if you're going to stop by the store, of course, round up to support your troops.
Erica, you're a genius, as always. Good suggestion.
Well, the reason why I say that is because I was actually on Harris Teeter's website, and they do have some really great ideas for food to make for your picnics. So you won't be up for this first recipe, Chelsea, but they do have a recipe for hot dogs in 5 different ways, which I thought was pretty awesome because hot dogs, they're like a picnic staple, but sometimes you want to change things up. So they also have red, white, and blue flag platters, and that would be a perfect way for any of our work potlucks or for the 4th of July.
Oh my gosh, yeah, I pulled it up. I'm looking at the red, white, and blue platter right now, and it looks, 1, so cute, and 2, super refreshing with all that fruit. And I have to add, too, Harris Teeter has vegetarian hot dogs, so I can do that. Yeah.
That's right. You're totally right. They have everything, really.
They do.
But it is making me hungry. Anyways, we will pull links up to not only the do's and don'ts that we covered, but also to those 2 Harris Teeter inspiration recipes in our show's description.
Yep. And do not forget, from now until July 28th, you can visit your nearest Harris Teeter location and round up your grocery purchases to support the USO. Just let the cashier know you'd like to round up, or look for the card as you self-check out and scan the barcode for your corresponding donation amount. So just a quick recap. Do picnic in your backyard or on the patio. Do wash your hands or use hand sanitizer before eating and touching food. Do keep cold foods cold and cooked foods hot. Do wear sunscreen or bug spray if needed. And most importantly, do shop at Harris Teeter. Check out the red, white, and blue fruit flag platter and the hot dogs 5 ways, and do support your troops when you shop by Rounding Up. Well, that is all the time that we have today on Coffee, Cake, and Camo. Be sure to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Search for the handle at USOHRCV. And if there's a topic that you'd like us to talk about or share with us, use the hashtag Coffee, Cake, Camo.
And thank you once again to our amazing sponsors, Harris Teeter, for always supporting your local military community and our service members. Once again, I'm Erica.
I'm Chelsea.
And stay connected and classy HRCV.